Hello everyone, welcome back to daily upload number 2.
Liar, liar, plants for... Yeah.
Today, we're going to be doing the same thing as I've done in the past videos, but this time we're going to center it around the supports of the teams. So, stuff like Among Us, Marisol, and DD, Lilligans, those type of stuff. You can see these commonly on a bunch of teams. I'd suggest you probably would need around one support, because most teams, if you check my teams, you'd see that some of them, well, most of them would have supports like Micro. Well, I used like a Fire as a support once. You can see this Screamtail I use as support in a way. What else? I don't think I have a support on this team, but I think this team could work well without. Well, if you really would count Angelus as a support, that would also work. This one kind of has no support here, but I think this team would work well without support as it was a full offense team. And then you see other supports like Among Us, which can do really well because it's Spore Rocky Head with the tank it can hit because of its massive HP stat of 114. Mousehole can be good in two ways. It can be a good offensive and a good support with Encore, Follow Me, Super Fang, Protect. And you can run a Sash and Friend Guard so you protect other Pokemon. It's also used with Beat Up Strike against Annihilates. Indeed has many psychic types, like Armor Rouge is probably the most common with Follow Me, Dazzling Gleam, I think Protect, and another move. The Lilligant supports a Torkoal. That's why Torkoal Lilligant has been around quite frequently, because Lilligant is really good due to Chlorophyll after you, which makes him go first. And not to forget, you have stuff like Sleep Powder. Then you have Grimmsnarl with Prankster Light Screen Reflects. I think it has Fake Out as well. I think it might have Plan Shots. Yes, it does. Okay, so another one where it switches out after that. It has Foul Play. What else? It has Spirit Brick as well, 100% chance to lower its special attack. And you have stuff like Counterplane, which is also a mix where it can have Tailwinds for priority flying moves, which can do Tailwind first turn, and then you can outspeed most Pokemon with Brave Bird as well, Protect, and usually Flare Blitz, I think. So we're going to be talking about these overall, and then just show them off, I guess, in some teams. So we'll start with Among Us. I can learn Spore, I can learn Clear Smog, you can learn Toxic, but you probably won't see that. You can learn Protect, and Pollen Puff. This is a really good support Pokemon. It's Spore, 100% chance to fall asleep. The best, well, one of the best stats, well, I say the best status condition move in the game, as you have a 100% chance to sleep, which can usually last 3 turns depending on your luck. Clear Smog does a bit of damage, but resets all the stats back to 0. It's like Haze, but with damage basically. Protect, it's just self-explanatory, and Pollen Puff does damage, but if you do it to your own target, it does, it heals them for 50%. Pretty good when you have like I used it with a Fillet Away Veluza, where I used Fillet Away obviously, and then I did Pollen Puff, so I'd get back up to full health. And then we have Mousehole, where you can learn Follow Me, Super Fang, Encore, Protect. So with Follow Me, it's really good, as I think it's a +7 priority, and it gets targeted. If you pair this with Smoker Stash, it usually would die, but most of the times I think you might as well just run a bulky set if you're using this. Super Fang, maybe it's inaccurate, but it always does half to the current HP. Encore, saying they did Protect, you do Encore, they're forced to use Protect for the next 3 turns, and Protect is also just self-explanatory. In DD, like I said, it can learn Protect, well, just like every Pokemon, it can learn Protect. There it is. Dazzling Gleam, Follow Me, There's another move. I think some use Trick Room, which is what I'm going to put into it now. With Psychic Surge and then Psychic Seed, you can get a 1.5 times special defense. You really don't have to worry about your special defense in this at all. Then you'd have a base 105. On top of that, you have Psychic Seed in Terrain, and then pair this up with Fairy. Not only would you now have Stab, Dazzle, and Clean, you also remove a lot of your your weaknesses, just like Ground. You now like not even you're immune to Dragon. The only problem is Steel still hits you for a lot, but there's not many common Steel types. And I think now Fighting would be well, another good thing about it is that Fighting would now get resisted. But Poison you get hit by normally. For neutral, now you're sort of affected to it. With Lilligant, once again I think it's self-explanatory. You do after you Sleep Powder. I think you can do Sleep. I think people run Solar Beam and Solar Beam and something else. I can't remember what it is. Maybe Helping Hand. But after you would usually make it go first, right after someone uses it on you. Sleep Powder. 75% chance to hit, but it makes you fall asleep. It's like the Spore, but with just the last chance. Solar Beam, if you have Sun Up, which is paired to Torkoal, it hits first turn, but if not, it hits second turn. Helping Hand, it ups the move by 1.5 times. With Chlorophyll and Drought, it gets double speed, and this would usually be quite a good speed. In Grimmsnarl, we have Spirit Break, Reflect, Light Scream, and some run Fake Out, others run Thunder Wave. I'll put this on now. Prankster, you get 1+ priority. So Spirit Break a really good move. Or 1+ priority to stab move, but Spirit Break a really good move because then not only you hit them for a bit of damage, you also have a 100% chance to lower the special attack by 1. You have Reflect, which pass the physical damage 5 turns, but if you run a Light Clay, you then have it up for 8 turns. Light Screen, the same but special attacks, and then Fake Out causes you not to use a turn for it if it's only up first. It always flinches. That's why Incineroar was quite common back in Series 12 and 13, because it would had some really good stuff like Fake Outs. It was just a hard ball basically. And then we have Countering with Tailwind, Brave Bird, Apex, and Flare Blitz. So if you have Tailwind, it will always have a 1+ priority of any fly move if it was on max HP. So Tailwind would always go first, and then or Brave Bird. So usually you see this pair up with Brave Bird, and then usually they probably Flare Blitz and not Brave Bird. You usually see Tailwind first in, and it usually does Flare Blitz and Protect after. Paired up with a lot of good Pokemon. I know I've seen it paired up with a Dragon Ball, I think, before. I don't really know what paired up was because one, I've never seen it. Well, I've never seen it on my team, per se. But yeah, so I'll get into the teams that use supports now. So by just clicking on Victory Roads, rental teams, you can just see the supports clearly. I think Corviknight uses support in the Vancouver Regionals runner-up, and then the champion itself uses a Lilligant. With this team, they used a Gothitelle, I think, as a support. And in this other team, Armories and DD, they used in DD and Hatterene, I would like to say. With the Oceania one, which I talked about yesterday, they used an Amoonguss. Top 8, they used an Amoonguss as well. As you can see, Amoonguss is very prevalent. Or in DD and Mousehold. And Talonflame sometimes. I think Talonflame is really good on this team, as Abomasnow and Iron Bundle can really pair up well. instant. You can do Aurora Veil, and then you can Blizzard Spam. I would, with this team, I think I would count Tatsugiri as the support, but maybe worrying me for the Tailwind. But even then, Tatsugiri is still technically a support, as it can power up Dondozo and basically do a job on his supports. Talonflame, the support in this team. Amoonguss is support in this team. So you can basically see the different Pokemon that are used in support teams. You can see how prevalent these Pokemon are, and you can see how much it varies. There's a lot of factors that can consider your supports, such as if you're gonna use Iron Bundle, I would say you use Talonflame to get that more speed off. And then also with this team, they have Tyranitar, Houndstone, Sandrush with Sandstorm, a really good combo together and really deadly with last respects. Especially because this team seems like it doesn't have that many bulky Pokemon, so last respects is kind of a last resort. This team, they use Screentail. Screentail can use the Tripping counter, Disable, Perish Song, Extreme. They also use Talonflame. I don't use Screentail to support here, but it can still be used as a viable support Pokemon like this. Amoonguss once again seen in this team. Tatsugiri seen on this team. Once again, another Talonflame and another Talonflame. You really see how popular these different supports are, as they're seen quite a lot in different teams, like in DD and Gothitao. You would commonly see in DD along with Armarouge, as Armarouge is quite popular and it can do Expanding Course, which hits 2 Pokemon on the field when Terrain is up, which just supports it even more. Don't forget, this in DD can really be like something an annoyance to some Pokemon. I think in this team you have a beat up stat. Yep, a beat up Fire Terror stat. This is really common as they will do Rage Fest. So basically what happens, with how many Pokemon you have in your party, they do beat up. It hits them that amount of times, depending on how many are left. And then you can do Rage Fest with a max of 300 damage. Or you can do Bulk Up to get even more. I think people would usually do Bulk Up first turning because that would usually get around 1.5 times. So that will be it for the video. I would just like to say to like, subscribe, and to turn the notifications on so people can watch these videos and more people can get these recommended, so I can become more popular, of course.